get the opinion of the great Joe Benigno, his Monday call with Evan and Tiki on a Tuesday, on a trade deadline Tuesdays, brought to you by Approved Oil. Visit freeztherate.com. HO Gross Jewelers of Garden City. Total Orthopedics, the experts at getting you back to being you. And by Audi Manhattan, where luxury meets excellence. Bro, Sauce Gardner gone. Quinnen Williams gone. Your thoughts?
Well, right now, I'm thrilled. As long as they don't trade Breece Hall. I don't want to trade Breece Hall. I don't want him traded. I don't want Jermaine Johnson traded. But let's be honest, Evan, you know this. If Sauce Gardner was the most overrated player in football, Quinnen Williams was the second most overrated player in football. I say sayonara to both of them. See ya. Have fun in Dallas. Have fun in Indianapolis. Have fun in Germany this weekend, Sauce. See ya. What else could I say?
Wow, I didn't even think
Two
about
number
that.
ones, and wait, we got three number ones, a number two, this wide receiver, and didn't we get a player from the Cowboys too?
Yes, they got a defensive tackle. What's his name?
Mazie Smith. Mazie Smith.
He's a
Is he any
defensive
good, this guy?
No, but it's one of those lottery tickets.
Right.
Like,
He was good at
right.
Michigan, Joe. He was good at Michigan 3 years ago.
Okay, well, you know.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I am thrilled with these trades.
It's
I mean,
funny. Joe, it's funny. I didn't even think about it when you just said that. He gets traded and he's on a plane in 2 days.
Right, he's on his way to Germany. He never thought that was happening. I can tell you that. Hey, look, he's also going to a team that's 7-2, so he shouldn't be complaining too much. Look, you never know what these draft choices are going to be. But, I mean, if you would have told me, because that's how I feel about these guys. Ev, I don't know. I think you do, too. I mean, could Sauce Gardner ever make an impact play? Quinnen Williams, forget about it. I mean, you got Carl Banks screaming about Dexter Lawrence because he's not watching Quinnen Williams play every week. You know what I mean? So, what can I tell you?
Here's my concern about Sauce Gardner, all right? He's not Darrelle Revis, obviously.
Or he's not even Aaron Glenn, in my mind.
No, I think he has not been as dominant as we thought he could be after his rookie season.
Right,
I thought he had a great rookie season. And since then, he's been a good cornerback in this league. He hasn't been great. He hasn't been Revis. But what always scares me about trades like this is, because I remember this about Darrelle, and I know it's not the same because Darrelle was better. He was also older coming off an injury.
Right.
They used their first-round pick the following year to draft Darrelle Revis' replacement, and it was Dean Milner.
Who's right.
So that's what always concerns me about things like this.
I understand, but it was also John Idzik who was a disaster.
Yes.
I mean, let's not lose sight of that. I don't know what Mougey is. I mean, look, right now, I don't love anything what's going on, to be honest. Okay, we're 1-7. There's 9 games to play. I'd like to win some football games. With that said, the haul that we got for these two guys, to me, it's off the charts. Now, we got to see what Mougey is. We don't really know. Look, the draft, his first draft wasn't terrible. I mean, there's an upside to Membo. I mean, those guys were great last week. The Bengals defense is unbelievable. I mean, they gave up 80 points in 2 weeks and lost both games.
Right.
I mean, that's almost impossible to do. But, I think that's Membo looks like he's something. The kid Taylor looks like he's something, the tight end. So those are our top 2 picks. So far, I'll hold out on my grade on them. But right now, it looks like we got something with those 2 players. So who knows? So maybe Mougey knows what he's doing. Obviously, they're going to take a quarterback. There's no question about that. Who knows? Maybe they use this late number 1 from the Colts this year to move up to get quarterback they really want.
But I don't think they're going to need to, Joe. I mean,
well, no, that's true too.
Right.
I mean, they might have positioned for the first pick in the draft.
Right.
That's true.
Right. And
that's 100% true.
And depending who else is there, I mean, if it's the Giants, for instance, that happens to lose more games, the Giants aren't drafting a quarterback. There's a good chance. I mean, the Tennessee Titans, they're not drafting a quarterback if they finish all the way
the New
down
Orleans
there.
Saints. The Saints, I think, might draft a quarterback.
Definitely are drafting a quarterback because they don't have one. But to me, this feels like the Jets are putting themselves. This is their plan. Put ourselves in a position to do whatever we want in the draft, so we can move wherever we need to. We need to go up. We go up. We want to come back. That's great. We get more assets to do whatever we wanted to do rest of this draft or next year's draft. This feels like a 2-year plan for them right now, and it's. I mean, Evan won't get excited about it because he's pissed off that it has to happen like this.
I'm pissed off that we're rebuilding again. Right. Like, that's the part where I can't get excited.
You know what, though, Ev? But you should understand this, okay? When they let Rodgers walk, okay, you knew what they were doing. I mean, let's be honest about it. This was a team that was in rebuild the minute that Rodgers left the building, and you had a first-year head coach and you got a first-year general manager. Look, they didn't draft Quinnen Williams. They didn't draft Sauce Gardner. They don't have that emotional attachment, if you want to say, to these two guys.
Right.
You know? And like I said, I mean, to me, these are overrated guys. I'm sorry. And if I'm not mistaken, tell me if I'm wrong about this. When Jerry Jones traded Micah Parsons, didn't he offer Micah Parsons to the Jets for Quinnen Williams?
Yes.
I had heard something about that.
Yes. So you're right. The story was Jerry Jones said he called the Jets about Micah Parsons.
Yes.
And Quinnen Williams was one of the guys that he wanted back, and they weren't interested.
Right.
Well, if you look at it that way, did they not make a mistake by not saying yes to that trade?
The only thing is they would have had to pay big money to Micah Parsons.
Right. And they wouldn't have
that is the one thing about it, you know?
And
that is the one thing.
And they don't have the positive that they have, not just for next year, but even the year after, more so the year after, is they're so freaking loaded with first-round picks that if they want to trade up, they can do it. They have the advantage over everybody to do that.
Right.
Yes.
If they need to. But this year they won't need to. It's next year. 2027 might be the issue.
Well, this year, let's see what we got this year. So we got 2 number 1s this year. We got 2 number 2s, right?
Yes.
Because
I think it's the same both years, Joe.
Is that what it is both years?
2 number 1s and 2 number 2s in 26 and 27.
No, they got 3 first-round picks in 2027. Because they've got the Indy one and the Dallas one. So the Dallas first-round pick is for 27.
Right.
They're getting a second-round pick in 26 from Dallas.
So we got 2, but we still only have 2 first-round picks next year.
2 first-round picks next year and 3 first-round picks in 2027.
Who's the third one?
It's the Dallas pick. It's Indianapolis again because they traded 2 number 1s for Sauce.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah. That's right.
It's a bonus first-round pick.
That's right. That's right. We got 3 number 1s in 27.
It's got a
great.
It's a great deadline day for you.
It is. You know what's sad, though, guys? And Ev, you agree with this. Why is always our best day like in April? You know what I'm saying?
That's the point.
You know what I mean? Tiki, really.
Yeah.
I got to look at April now.
Right.
You know?
It's the same thing with the Aaron Rodgers thing. You won the offseason. Right? The offseason is great, but it doesn't mean anything.
Great. We're always great when we're not playing games.
Right.
Again, I got those 2 guys can go. I got no problem. I got 2 Sauce Gardner jerseys. I just put them in the pile to bring the Salvation Army. Okay? They're going. I didn't get rid of the Aaron Rodgers jersey yet either. That's on its way. That's leaving tomorrow too. So I'm cleaning the closet out for dead wood, if you will. But look, they made 2 tremendous trades here. It doesn't look like Breece has gotten traded. I guess it could still happen. You never know.
So they're not. Here's the latest on Breece Hall, because obviously the deadline's at 4. Obviously, stuff could leak out late. They are not trading Breece Hall, and that they refused to make a deal inside the AFC East. That apparently the Patriots and the Bills were interested.
Yes. The
Bills?
Thank you.
Really? With James Cook?
Wait, that doesn't mean for Breece Hall.
I could certainly see him in Foxborough. God forbid he goes there.
Yeah, I hear you. Especially because they're good this year.
Good this year and for the next 10. Right. So, I'm happy. They didn't trade Jermaine Johnson. They didn't trade Breece. Because you got to – one thing I will say, you got to give me something the last 9 games of the year. You know what I mean? You got to give me at least a competitive football team. And at least if I still have Breece Hall and I still got Garrett Wilson and I got that young offensive line and I got, Mason Taylor, at least it looks like, even though the quarterback is shaky, at least I got the remnants of a decent offensive football team.
Yeah, I think the goal, Joe, from a fan standpoint, this is for you, is I need to be entertained. Right? Don't go out there getting blown out. If you're going to give up a ton of points because your defense is now compromised and you got rid of all your whatever, score 40 points. You know what I mean? Score 28 points a game. Don't make it painful to watch offensively. And I think they will be pretty good offensively as long as Justin Fields plays to a pretty good level like he did last weekend.
No question about it. I mean, give me 4 or 5 wins the rest of the year. I said this before. You're still going to get a high draft choice. You're loaded with draft picks. So if they didn't trade Breece, I'm very happy about that.
Right.
I'm happy they didn't trade Johnson. The other guys, like I said, I'm great with. The fact that they got 2 number 1s for Sauce, I mean, I couldn't believe it when I heard that earlier today. That is off the charts. No other way to say it. It really is.
It was stunning because when I first saw Sauce Gardner to the Colts, I'm not going to lie to you. My first reaction was I was disappointed because even if he isn't as good as we had hoped, he's still a good football player.
Right.
And I hate giving away good young talent. When I saw it was 2 number ones,
of course,
that was like the Godfather offer of, oh, my God, you can't turn that down.
Right. Make an offer you can't refuse. No, 100%. You know, one thing I got to say, but can I say this about the coach? Yeah. You know, what is this nonsense with not naming who your quarterback is? I mean, what can I take? Oh, seriously, Tiki. See,
I think he's playing with the reporters now. I think it's like a joke.
Come on. You know what, Aaron? You haven't won anything to be playing with the reporters.
No, this is true.
I mean, you're not Bill Parcells. You're not Bill Belichick. You know, you don't have the cachet at this point to play games. We know Fields is going to be the quarterback.
Right.
Just tell us he's going to be the quarterback. This kind of stuff. Look, I at this point, even though it doesn't look good, doesn't look like Glenn's going to be any good. You know, we'll see. but it's still only 8 games.
It's too early to tell.
It's too early to dismiss that completely. Okay, but don't be an idiot to the media. You know what I mean? You're being a jerk. You're being a jerk. Come on.
These trades, to me, further proof that they're not going to get rid of Aaron Glenn after 1 year. I know we had that.
Oh, no, Glenn's back.
He's
there's no question.
100% back.
No question about it.
Because even
100%.
if they're a non-competitive mess the rest of the way, and I hope they aren't.
Glenn is back.
They're going to use these as excuses. Like, well, of course they were terrible.
Well, it's not even excuses. It's just that they're giving them license to remake the roster.
Yes.
To remake the team.
So why would you do that if you're not exactly? If you're not keeping them, Joe, why would you give them the license to remake the team? You wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't. No, he's definitely back. I mean, there's no question about that. And we'll see. Let's see what they come up with. I mean, how about look? You never know with draft choices. We know that. We've had so many missed draft choices over the years. It makes your head spin. You mentioned D. Milner. How about that? Who's the safety? Pryor they drafted?
Calvin Pryor.
What a stiff he was.
I forgot about him.
We could go on and on. What's his name? The guy from Boise State, the cornerback, Kyle Wilson.
Kyle Wilson, yes.
I mean, and this is just the recent times, you know. Obviously, the quarterback, Wilson. How about him? Zach
you guys have drafted horribly.
He was. Right?
I didn't even think you keep throwing these names, and I forgot about them.
Right. Membo and Taylor look like Butkus and Sayers. I mean, compared to some of those drafts.
But
you know what I mean?
That's why today, while I understand what they did, still sucks in the end because 2 of the picks that weren't all-time busts were Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams, and here we are trading them, which just shows you that this franchise every 4 years basically has to do the same garbage, even if it's right and it's smart. That's what I was explaining to Tiki. Like, I get it, Joe. I agree. They had to make these deals, but it sucks. It's a reminder of how decrepit this franchise is.
Well, the only hope we can have, bro, is that it is a new regime, okay? I know they've gotten off to a bad start. It doesn't look good, all of that, but it is only 8 games. They made all these moves. Now we're going to find out about these guys. Hopefully 5 years from now, they're still here, and we got something.
Right.
You know, I mean, I don't know how else to say it. They're obviously drafting a quarterback. They got to get the right quarterback. I got to tell you this, because I'm all over the college football.
Yes, what are you thinking?
All over. The more I watch Arch Manning, okay, and I watched the last 4 Texas games, I watched every one of them.
I didn't watch this last one, so I don't know.
Well, it was his best game. Vanderbilt's a good team.
Right.
They almost blew the game. It wasn't his fault, but they almost blew the game to Vanderbilt. They had to hang on at the end to win. Vanderbilt just missed getting an onside kick and getting the ball, with a chance to win the game at the end. But with all that said, he looked great. He threw for over 300 yards. If you give Arch Manning time to throw the football, he makes all the throws. And let's be honest, he's got that Manning pedigree. Well, so I keep an eye on him going forward. So I don't know if he's coming out this year.
Well, this is the
cap. It feels like he's not, but you never know.
You never know.
So he's
making $6 million in NIL money.
So why would you?
right.
And that's the caveat to all this, because you said something at the beginning of this that the more I'm starting to think about, the more I'm thinking may not happen. You said, well, we know they're drafting a quarterback in 2026. They may not. Because think about this, Joe, especially if they love Arch Manning and he stays in school.
Okay.
If they don't love this quarterback
class. They got 3
class.
number 1 picks the next year.
They got 3 the next year, and if that class is considered better, they may just say, screw it.
I think this class is it's a crapshoot. We don't know.
Right.
Fernando,
but it always really is. I mean,
but
let's be honest. I don't want to step on you, Teak, but let me just say this: we all went delirious about Trevor Lawrence. I know they're having a 5-3. I mean, this guy has not been any world beater. Let's be honest.
No, he's not. He feels like he always makes the wrong mistake at the wrong time. But my point with this class, Fernando Mendoza was on nobody's radar before the season started. I guess Dante Miller was because Oregon was good for the last couple of years.
I think it's Dante Moore, actually.
More, exactly. You're right about that. But Ty Simpson, who Evan likes,
love
this
him.
is his first year.
I love him. From Alabama?
But this is his first year starting.
Right.
Lenore Sellers, I guess. But
Sellers is not. They've had a bad year, and he has not had a good year.
Right.
And, they got whacked by Ole Miss last week. He didn't play well. The game before that, they should have beat Alabama. They had Alabama down 8 late in the fourth quarter. Alabama came back to tie the game, and then Sellers had a killer fumble that wound up costing him the game in the end. So he hasn't been great this year, but I still wouldn't dismiss him, Teak.
Right. Carson Beck, he's supposed to be the guy.
Oh, what happened to him?
I mean, he just made some bad turnovers and bad
one thing you realize about the college quarterbacks, you can't always 100% just look at what they did, win or loss in college, and say, that's the bottom line on it.
Right. No, you're right. You almost have to go back and watch them play.
Right.
And see the mistakes or the good stuff that they did.
Right.
So again, my point is this year is a crapshoot for quarterbacks.
No, it is. One thing about Breece Hall. So they're not trading Breece Hall. Well, I'm worried.
He should.
I'm worried he's miserable right now because apparently he didn't want to come back once these trades were made and ask the Jets to be traded. He is a free agent. We know they could franchise him. Right. But any concern about an unhappy Breece Hall?
Not really. I look, Aaron Glenn needs to sit down with him. I'm seriously. I think Aaron Glenn needs to sit down and say, look, Breece, we really like you. What was offered for you wasn't worth it. I'm sure he wanted to go play for the Chiefs. God forbid that happened. And I got to watch him go to Canton as a Chief. But, I think it's up to the coach now to say, look, we're going to build the offense around you, which they really should be doing going forward over these last 9 games, and go from there.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, you saw it last week or in the game that they won 2 weeks ago. It was all Breece.
Breece.
Almost literally because he threw the game-winning touchdown.
Right.
So
that's right.
Breece should be the focus at least for the rest of this year.
And I'm sure. And
I don't have to get rid of my Breece Hall jersey yet.
Me neither.
Thankfully, I don't have a Quinnen Williams jersey. I don't have to worry about it.
I got lucky in that regard.
Yeah, I did.
All right, bro. Good talking to you, man. We'll talk to you next Monday.
All right, guys. Take care. We'll see you.
See you, Joe.